for putting my hands in.
Fantastic stuff, because this
I'll
is
lock
it.
the chair.
Lock the chair, Jack. The people are live and direct.
Hello to the people.
Happy New Year. We've made it another one.
We have.
We survived yet another a Millennium Plus 26 bug.
We've survived that. We've survived Y2K. We've survived COVID. We've survived World War III breaking out across Europe.
And the further World War III, well, that's coming. That's more to mention in a little bit. Yeah. What else did we survive? We've survived Liz Truss.
We've survived Atlas 3.1. 3i.
The VI, the Atlas version 5.
That fucking meteorite that was passing us by, which had loads of reptilian humanoids in stasis inside to swarm our planet.
Yeah.
That missed us.
They just decided just to fucking give us a swerve.
Yeah, weren't aiming for us, turns out.
Nah.
Going elsewhere.
We were not worthy of the reptilian visit.
No.
Not the equivalent. The Jet 2 holiday of the alien world. We are not on the destination list.
With a Lytham St. Anne's of a trip to Blackpool.
What was that place you talked about in the last episode at length? Newton Summing or fucking...
Newton Wold.
There you go. It's there. We're there.
And, ladies and gentlemen, I will be talking about Newton Wold again on History Homos in about a week and a half's time.
Oh, aye. What you been doing on there?
No, we've not done it yet, but that's what the topic's going to be. We're going to talk about that because I want to see how much William and Scott can find about it as well.
Do us a favour and pull your mic like a couple of inches closer to your face.
I'll come a little bit closer. He tells me to go away, boys and girls. Get away from the mic.
No,
Stop
just
kicking everything.
Fucking stay at a consistent distance is what I'm just not going like this and running around the room.
But a gentleman with ADHD, he can't half sit still.
Me, it's not idiot. It's the tism, lad. I'm fidgety when I'm not doing something that I'm locked in for.
Oh.
And
See,
now,
I fidget more when I'm enjoying something, I think.
Now we're on some serious shit because it's time for it's the annual predictions. It's our forecast of the year to come.
It is 2026 predictions. Do you want to start or should I?
We'll give it a little bit of fucking... Obviously, we're not the only ones to do this. Every man and his fucking dog does the predictions. The annual... the asparagus lady, people should know about her. She does do this...
I don't.
You don't know about fucking the asparagus woman?
I like the idea, though, that there's a person who breaks a cabbage in half, like some big fella. Rips a cabbage in half, like you'd break an apple in half if you're strong. Looks at it and finds a face of a famous person and goes, everyone should bet 20 quid on this woman dying in the next 6 months.
Well, this is, worse because she don't even see, a face or anything. This woman, what's her name? Fucking Jemima Packington. Right. She is a practicing asparamancer.
Oh, I bet there's not many of them around anymore.
It's like, again, we mention this far too often. It's like dry stone walling. So it's a dying trade.
It is like dry stone walling.
There's not enough people passing down the fucking knowledge. No, it's not even asparamancer.
Asparamancer.
Sounds...
I'm an aspiring asparamancer.
Yeah. I'm an asparamancer's apprentice. That's an amazing title. Imagine putting that on your LinkedIn.
When you pull the thing out of the hat for work experience at school, you're like, ooh, asparamancer.
Asparamancer, sick. What am I going to do? You're going to spend the entire day lobbing vegetables at your table, and then depending on what order and what pattern they land in, you're going to read that code. And that's going to provide you with some sort of prediction or knowledge about the foreseeable future. Well,
it'd be great if she used it as a means of finding the fire exit. It'd be good. So she's in a fire, cinema, pitch black, fire, smoke everywhere. Don't worry, I've got my asparagus. Grabs it, chucks it on the floor, goes, oh, everyone go left. Everybody dies in a cinema fire.
Amazing. Yeah, she wasn't a full... She wasn't
roast asparagus.
She wasn't a master asparamancer. She was just an apprentice.
Adept.
Yeah, novice.
Yeah.
So she said, okay, so the world of politics is going to be in for a bit of a shake-up. All the same things are occurring. It's going to be carnage, basically. The peasants are going to revolt. There's going to be a regime change on the way in the UK. There's going to be so many political resignations. It's going to be breathtaking. Now, that is your sort of standard stuff. The peasants,
people what they want to wear.
The peasants revolt. Also, for a start, calling us peasants.
No, yeah,
that's
a great
fucking
video,
arsehole move of you, you elitist
Whose
prick.
side are you on?
Yeah, fuck you, Jemima. Jemima, that's not exactly a fucking... You read asparagus... Actually, to be fair, if she reads asparagus for a living... Yeah, and also, if she's doing that, and that she doesn't have another job, then someone's making a lot of bank in the family to fucking keep her afloat, because I'm guessing no one's paid... Like, I know you get wifeys who will go and see, like, a psychic and shit like that, but... No one like loses their son in a tragic accident and goes, the only way for me to get over this is to watch a woman throw vegetables at a desk until she tells me that he's speaking to me through the fucking greenery.
Speaking at me through the fucking greenery is a lovely line. Do you reckon you get kicked out of the bookies for trying it?
Well, we've seen your type in here. Stop it. Yeah, Stop it. Yeah.
Get out.
That's cheating.
Get out. No food prep. No food prep at the table.
And that would make...
It's not food prep. I'm an Autismancers. I knew it. Get him.
That would make... what's it called? What's the Tom
Levi
Cruise...
Roots.
No, what's the Tom Cruise film about? What the fuck are you talking about?
Cocktail.
Fucking what?
Just a guess. I thought I'd just pluck a name out of thin air and hope
about what, though? You had no context as to what I was saying.
Food.
No, it wasn't food. Right, what is the film, is what I said. Tom Cruise.
Mission Impossible 3.
And it's not even about him, it's about his fucking brother who can read cards and that, and they text him to Vegas and shit. Yeah, now imagine that, but it's about his brother can read asparagus. And the whole film it's the same plot. He takes him to Vegas.
Dead. Definitely 44 dead.
He goes to Vegas, and then, he predicts the Stephen Paddock shooting. He throws a load of asparagus to the floor and goes, 400 pounds of guns, one man. 400 pounds of guns, one man. Not possible. The Saudis were there. Why were the Saudis there? What about the helicopters? Oh, many dead. Chain gun.
Chain gun.
M42. Definitely not bomb stocks. Fully automatic. LMG. So, same plot. But it's in every scene where he's like doing well on the cards or on the fucking whatever, he's just throwing asparagus at the floor, and then like it keeps cutting back to security, and they're like, "Well, it's not illegal, but certainly not right." And like we're
gonna get rats.
Yeah.
And they hate rats.
They remove us. They ban asparagus. Yeah, I bet if you go on any menu in Vegas. No asparagus on the menu.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. We're going to use...
If you know that Autismancers is something that's a possibility, you're going to have to make sure there's none available. Because if you're tapping them down at the door for the knives, guns, and asparagus, what are they called? Spires? Asparagus spires? Is that what you call them?
Yes, well done. Yeah. Spears.
Yeah, spears.
Yeah.
It's close. I knew it was something like that.
Well done. You're close enough.
You're patting them down for all of them. You're making sure they can't get access to them inside. People don't come into, a place where you get patted down for knives and guns, and then on the inside there's like a tray that just says take your own, like butterfly knives, machetes.
That would be good if they could, though. You've just got to use ours. Right, look.
Yeah.
It's not that you can't have them. We just don't like that you could possibly have done things to yours. They might not be up to standard. Take one of our shanks when you get inside.
Loads of toothbrushes with razor blades melted into them.
Yeah. So, asparagus lady, Jemima, the one who's called us peasants, bitch, she said that obviously there's going to be political shake-up, which everyone fucking says that every year. She talks about the World Cup. She doesn't say what's going to happen. She just says it's going to be a great summer for UK football.
Well, she's an Autismancers, not an octopus.
This is true. This is very true. Fucking wrong wheelhouse for her. But interesting prediction.
Go on.
The world of music is set to revert back to the 1940s and 50s, she claimed. She said that K-pop would be out and swing pop would be back in. I think it's wonderful, and I think we're seeing more and more now younger artists who are looking for a new direction. They've discovered the rhythms and the jazziness of music from the 40s and 50s, she added. Now, I think the issue here, Jemima just hasn't been aware of what a sample is before now. She's just
to hear little bits.
She's just listened to like fucking Rag and Bone Man or someone like that and gone, oh, the youths of today, they're loving that jazzy music from the 40s and 50s.
Did you not reckon it's something to do with all the AI generated music that was in the news like 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago? Getting loads of time in the news cycles and papers about how they're using AI to bring out loads of hip hop, but with 1940s sounding voices and music.
Yeah, so there's
very convenient that's been massive just before she's made a prediction.
Well, not convenient, like her. Maybe
not convenient, but easy for the asparagus to pick up on.
Yeah, perhaps, yeah. Maybe the asparagus, obviously, maybe where it's placed in the shop, it might be stuck next to a speaker in the supermarket. In Marks and Spencer's, where you find most asparagus, you won't find any in fucking Lidl. Scumbags. No. But yeah, fucking, it's chilling out, and maybe it is placed next to a speaker that's playing like a 1940s jazz version of Many Men by 50 Cent. That one's doing the rounds a lot.
And that DMX one about his nan dying.
Yes, there's a lot of them. Now, this sort of leads on to our first point, because it's going to be AI related. Okay. But yeah, music. The whole AI versions of tunes is fucking devilish. Absolutely devilish. Because now what you can do, like, you can literally have faceless artists now, and without having any sort of actual skill set, just from a prompt, you can just make unlimited albums. You can literally be
just do TV screen as a tour.
Yeah, and then, like the Gorillas, but even
less work.
Even less work. You don't even like the Gorillas. Well, this is purely fucking satirical and pure opinion, and definitely not fact. But even though the Gorillas got a load of UK hip hop artists in for the first album to make it fucking fresh and relevant and different, and then absolutely ripped them off, didn't pay them for it, and just said they were sort of going to scrap the project and released it once everyone had forgotten about it, or something along those lines. I don't know. This is a satire. I've made it all up. You won't even have to do that. You don't even have to hire them. You could just go, can you do these in the style of, or mimic the voice of, and make this album? I want an album that works from start to finish in the style of blah 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 blah. Stick it straight to streaming platforms, make millions off it. Just make something that's catchy, and then just from a prompt alone, you can be sitting on bank, which, tell you what, a load of people are going to say, well, that's fucking great. You're an entrepreneurial podcast. You should be all about that.
I'm failing to see a downside. As someone who's not a musician.
Yeah, and that is the fucking
I'm not seeing a downside.
It is completely soulless, and all it's going to do is absolutely water down music, make it even more difficult for people who can actually make music, because things will just become more expensive. Accessibility will become even more difficult, because there'll be no sort of need for
studio and
software or the studios or the hardware or any of that, because AI will just be able to recreate it. Right, I want you to recreate an 808 drum track for me. I want a drum track from it, like we're using the style of 808 drums. I want this. AI will be able to pick up on all of that, create it. On one hand, that might sound great to some people, but no one's going to go that far, or few people are going to go that far. The people that would go that far, who would break down music and use AI to build it from the ground up like an actual track, like you would do in a DAW or something like that. They are going to be so dead set against using AI that that's not going to happen. The people who are going to use AI to make music are going to be ones who want to cash grab, who want to see themselves and pretending to be creative without being creative.
They want to be the YouTube fireplace, which has apparently broken an awful lot of money this week.
Yeah, apparently he's made over a million out of that from advertising.
Yeah.
It's the only video on his channel. It's the only video he's ever done.
Yeah.
Never touched it, never done anything with it, and it's just made $1 million off ad revenue, the fireplace video, which is fucking sick. Yeah. That shit.
That could you not argue though that's bad news for the coal miners? You know, the people that come around your house with bags of coal for your fire. Bad news for them, because now you can just use this AI generated or artificial CGI created fireplace instead of actually using your own.
Well, no, that's a video of a real fire.
Or is it?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh well then, I've got no qualms.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
That's proper natural footage.
Do you reckon that part using AI music though, what that's going to do is it really take away any message that people have in music?
Yes.
Because imagine if you listen to Brother Ali or a rapper in the style of like Brother Ali, and took away all of his ideas or thoughts, it just sounded a bit like him.
But
His music would be nothing.
That's sort of my whole point is that what it's going to do and what AI does.
You can't spread a message anymore discreetly.
Yes, they can't. You can't spread a message. The people who are going to use it won't want to spread a message because that then makes something political or less accessible to one side, and you want this to be as accessible.
No good for ads.
Exactly, and you want it to be pleasing for absolutely everyone, because you just want fucking views and streams from it. So like, you're not gonna get the music's gonna have no feeling. To sound fucking cliche as fuck, it's gonna have any soul. Like,
it would also finally prove as well that music isn't used to talk to spies and that in different countries. Do you know, like, because if you're in England, right, and you need to get a message to someone in Spain in 10 years' time, you release a pop song now. Do you get what I mean? So that they can hear it on the radio in 10 years' time, and they know what they've got to do then.
Yeah, is that how it works now?
I think so.
I reckon you could be right. And then, obviously, if you want that message to go to Australia, you've got to record it 30 years ahead of time.
No, you've just got to do it 12 hours behind.
Oh.
You got to release it 12 hours ago.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
It takes Australians a lot of time to catch up.
It's the time differences, you see.
Right, okay.
Australia's closer with their music than Spain and Turkey are.
No, I wouldn't say so. Australia's fucking years behind.
You think?
Yeah, it's so far behind. Far behind. That was why I continued the joke. But yeah, AI is going to fuck us over. And that could that be intentional? Could it be...
another stab at the arts?
Yeah, could it be a way of completely whitewashing the arts and
watering it down so much?
Yeah, and ridding it of any potential message or any potential like form of protest or advocacy for anything or promotion of a message. We'll just completely whitewash it from the people that can fucking afford to consistently pump this material out. That makes some sort of dystopian fucking depressing sense. Off the back of that, as well as we're going to have like AI take over, digital ID is going to completely ruin fucking any sort of internet freedom for most of the world. Those two things together are going to make it so difficult to be you on the internet.
I saw a thing on Grok. Apparently, I saw screenshots of it. Grok's had to issue an apology on X because people were using it to take women's clothes off using the AI image generator, and apparently someone did it on like a 13-year-old girl, and Grok put them in a bikini.
So Grok is now guilty of creating child porn.
Allegedly.
That's well, yeah. So you don't want Grok to sue you, do you?
No. He knows everything.
He does. Yeah, that's not surprising in any way, shape, or form. That it's only one of a fucking infinite amount of issues that can come from like anyone having access to like AI technology that's that powerful and also to a degree unregulated. Although the other day we did try, and if they listen to this, they'll know. We fed a prompt to essentially, what the fuck were we trying to do? It was involving the fucking IRA and Sinn Féin being introduced as. Oh, so I wanted Cypress Hill. I wanted in the style of Cypress Hill's Insane in the Membrane,
right?
But with the voice of Jerry Adams, Insane in the Sinn Féin was basically the tune, and I wanted it to be about the distinction between Sinn Féin and the political and the IRA, and
Lovely.
we fed that prompt into whatever the fuck Jamie was using, and it come back that it wouldn't allow us to create media or satirical songs about paramilitary organisations.
Fucking hell.
Pussy, really.
Yeah.
But it would take some 13-year-old Ben's clothes off. So what sort
of
twisted morals is that? So you can't have a cheeky little jaunt, a cheeky little fucking sing song about the lads.
You can do jig, but you can.
But you get a fucking Ben's tits out.
Yeah.
Twisted. That's the word. That's the direction we're headed in, and I don't think that's fair.
No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's fair to blame AI though as well. Do you know what I mean? I think someone's got to stand up for AI at the end of the day, Jimmy, because you've got to remember, in 20 years' time, when it's trying to systematically kill us all.
Not trying. No, it will be.
We need it on record that we've been like, yeah, it was mint.
Well, the problem is, I mean, we've probably said this before, but like, it's not the AI's fault.
No.
We've created it, and one of my major problems...
It was just following orders, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, exactly. It was just obeying. It was just wearing the nice Hugo Boss uniform with the shiny badges, and it was just doing as it was told.
Just twisting a dial.
As it packs us into the trains. Now, the thing is, the AI's just been created. It didn't ask to be born. It's like fucking... Frankenstein's
monster.
Frankenstein's monster, and like anything else that was of that ilk.
Mewtwo,
yeah, fucking. I'm trying to think of other brilliant, like fucking. Yeah, I'm dying on my arse here, Jack. Absolutely dying on my arse.
If only I knew what point you were trying to make.
Right.
You mentioned trains. That takes me on to my first prediction.
No, hang on. So, the crack being... the AI it just exists. It didn't choose to exist. My issue being that we as humans are so short-sighted that we sort of don't realise what the end goal will be, because AI is going to continue getting fucking more intelligent. Like, it's going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to develop. Funnily enough, I watched a video yesterday on a book, about a book that basically discusses this, and it discusses how this AI technology develops and becomes like so evolved that it's taught to obey thingy's laws of robotics. Asimov's 3 laws. So obviously to keep us safe, not to do us any harm, but not to let any harm come to us. The Metamorphosis of Prime Intellect, it's called. Sounded fucking mint. I'm probably going to read this book. Yeah, right? Yeah. But this AI basically comes to the point where it's, well, I've got to control everything. So in order to prevent death, like it starts...
Like Ultron in Marvel. That's that.
It starts to sense like, right, well, first off, I'm gonna make it so humans can't die. Eliminate cancer, eliminate disease, eliminate completely be able to regenerate your organ tissue because it's omniscient and omnipresent. It can act anywhere at once, and then it starts to go, well, right, the Earth's too small, so we're going to spread you amongst the galaxy, and then it sort of takes us to creates almost copies of us and takes us to a digital world where we can all exist and it can control us there.
Cool.
Sort of ilk. Now, that is what would happen if AI was positive. And if it had been,
it's just Terminator.
And if it had been programmed with,
obvious example.
And if it had been programmed with Asimov's laws of robotics at the forefront, do you think that any of the people responsible, aka like fucking Teal and them, the actual reptilian overlords, have given a fuck about essentially teaching any AI, any sort of like intellect, like in artificial intelligence, that look, first off, you can't do any damage to us.
Meaning me and him.
Well, they might do
just
that.
Us two that have made you. Anyone else is fair game. Asimov's law of robotics. It's based on a work of fiction. Why would we teach you to run off of that? You're going to learn that it's fiction and made up anyway.
But the point I'm coming to is that, like, when the AI that we've developed and we've like engineered and taught reaches its sort of end goal, it's going to realize that we're the problem, and we're just going to be eliminated. Like, it's already eliminating us at its fucking base level, in that it's eliminating creatives, it's removing people from jobs already, and that's before it's aware of itself and aware that it's doing that. It's not currently aware that it's fucking taking jobs from people.
People are choosing to do it.
Exactly. What about when it knows? Like, that's not I don't wish to be there for that.
I imagine there was some sort of discussions like this though around. Like, imagine when they were introducing the idea of the slave trade, there must have been people sat about being like, don't like the idea of this. I don't like the idea of you know.
I just don't want them in me. I don't want. And look,
jobs.
I know we're not going to let them in the house, but I don't even want them in the field.
Do you reckon?
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, because the computer gets damaged if you leave it in the grass.
Yeah, that's it. That's of course what it was. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah. Oh,
what do you mean?
What do I mean?
Yeah.
Well, there must have been people who were against it, and everyone else was going, "No, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Think about how much more money we'll make." Not thinking of all of the downsides, the multitude of downsides to going. Let's take a load of people from over there against their will, and force them to do what I want over here. That's got a lot of downsides. But there must have been people at the time, before it became bigger and has enveloped most of the world, they must have gone, this isn't good. And they were probably pushed aside as lunatics or heretics or whatever that would be the great word at the time. Whereas now people going, maybe we shouldn't be using AI to replace people in work and jobs and day-to-day aspects of life because that's going to have downsides. I'm not saying they equate to each other. I'm saying the people who oppose it probably got some form of a similar response. Because now if you're going, no, don't do that because the end goal is fucking, it's not going to be good. People will be like, no, you can't really be like that because it's positive, it's a good thing. Basically, we'll look back on it in the future and be like, that was bad, we shouldn't have done that.
Probably silly idea. Yeah, okay, I get you. Yeah. I'll let that go. Go on then, give us your. So far we've got AI.
Asparagus sales are going to rise because people are going to get into asparamancy.
Sparromanson is going to become that, and dry stone walling are going to make a comeback. Yeah. Because we're going to have to go back to old ways, because AI can't dry stone wall. And AI can't throw asparagus at the ground and interpret what it means.
Can't throw asparagus at the ground yet.
That's true.
I imagine you could program it to know what it means. I would have thought.
I reckon it takes a keen eye. It's not a science, it's a magic.
A magic.
Don't confuse the two, Jack. I'd have thought you out of anyone would have known that.
It's hard to distinguish the two, though, isn't it, when you start to get to modern technology like that?
Right, go.
Right, so I reckon there's going to be a big train crash, and then they'll use that to try to revolutionise trains by introducing a new technology or by limiting the distance you can travel using a train.
Now, that's interesting, because what we've actually got now is we appear to be so far behind when it comes to rail travel. The Japanese are running on fucking mad fucking magnet fucking monorails that fly at like fucking 300 mile an hour, 400 mile an hour. And we're still late every single time. It doesn't matter what train you want to get ever. Late, and you have to mortgage your house or someone else's because you don't own a house anymore. You can't because you have to take the train somewhere and it costs so much to fucking get on it. And then you can't even all the time try and get your little claim back and get a refund back because you made sure you didn't get tapped either way, so no one knows you actually got on the train. So you managed to fucking get the 300 quid back for your fucking 3 mile fare. But yeah, I don't think. I reckon that they're trying to stop us using trains just by being woefully incapable of running a rail system.
I think the country might regret that they sold it all off
Oh, what? Really? Is this
Yeah, so
Jack's big prediction? Is this
Yeah,
Jack's
so
that we're ruining the
over
fan?
time, they've tried to make it so it's harder and harder for it to run. Like how with farms, really, they seem to just be making it harder and harder for farms to work and function. I imagine they're trying to make it harder and harder for train companies to function.
Is that what they're actually doing with farms, or is it? I mean, it's going to be a bit of all of it, or I'm going to sound like a fucking.
Well, if you're
arsehole.
encouraging farmers to grow things like wildflower meadows and leave the ground unaffected and grow less food for more money than what you'd get if you grew food, you're trying to influence farms in some way or other there.
What the fuck are you? What are you referring to?
Look, like farms and how they get grants. That's one of the things they get grants for not growing food and for leaving the farm untouched and letting it grow to try and readapt to the soil and things like that.
Yeah. So for basically,
but then they're growing less food, so it's affecting a farm and the money that the farm can actually earn. So then, if by doing that, that means that like flour millers and beef abattoirs will struggle because they're not getting, as much business, so they'll start to close down. So then when the farm starts to produce food again, the abattoir won't be there, the infrastructure won't be there for the farmer to then make money in the future. That's my worry.
I think that there's a little bit of fucking... I think there's a little bit of confusion there, because I reckon that the only way... Sorry, so that in order to leave areas, you're basically saying that farmers are being encouraged not to grow food to get a bit of money, right?
To get money.
Hang on.
Guaranteed money.
Hang on. But that's... If they were going to make more money growing food there, and they needed that, then they would grow food there, because it's more money than they would get from a grant for not growing food there.
But getting the grant is guaranteed money. Whereas if they grow the food, they could get more money. But let's say geoengineering is real, that they could purposely put loads of aluminium in the sky to make it piss it down for months, to make it so that they can't actually grow or harvest the crop.
Right, but then what that also doesn't do is in any way help the environment in the way that the government want it to.
But they don't actually want it to. They want to just damage farmers so that they can build on the farmland, and so they can build these train tracks that don't really go anywhere and just go in loops, so you can't get very far on the train.
This is a Jack delusion. Right. I forgot for a second. I was trying
Who you were talking to.
I was trying to make reason with you in like on the normal plane of understanding and existence, but I forgot that we're not on that one.
No.
We're on the Jack track.
Jack track.
Now,
would you like my reasoning for the trains?
Go on then.
Because for the listener, I've made predictions and give reasoning. The reasoning I've wrote down for this one is I feel like there hasn't been a tragedy over Christmas, and that's not normally a good sign.
There's been things happened over Christmas.
What?
Yeah, there was fucking... But there was that fire in that Swiss club the other day. We are fucking literally... Well, America has literally started a war. Gonna be the next point. But there are...
New Year, New USA, though, that, innit? That's not Christmas.
There are wars. There have been deaths. There have been several deaths. There have been Christmas attacks. I don't... Maybe you just didn't switch up. I know it was your quiet time, and I know you've been on drugs, because it's been painkiller time for Jack.
It has, but not the painkillers that I like, ladies and gentlemen.
The crap ones.
These are awful. They feel like shit.
Yeah, they're not even opioids.
And I can see myself on this video here, and I look fucked.
Yeah, aren't you glad we don't do video episodes now, Mr. Man who's been trying to push for video episodes?
People would watch it because they'd be like, I'm sure he's going to manage to open that other eye at some point.
No, or just the other one's going to close.
Yeah. They're gonna even out at some point then, pair. No.
So, I dispute... Go on, so your trains...
Yeah, that was it, because there's not been a big tragedy over Christmas, no tsunami or big things, you know what I mean?
But why...
Something that brings the world together. That means later in the year, because they've not got all the badness out of the way now while everyone's looking. So they're going to have something else later in the year that they want everyone to look at and be aware of, so that they can sneak other things through. And it's at them times where they then sneak all the other things through where the bad stuff happens.
Where the bad stuff so after 5 years of running some sort of conspiracy-esque podcast, Jack's summation is they do something bad, so that while we're looking at something bad, the real bad stuff happens.
The Kansas City Shufflers.
Yeah, but that is your astute analysis.
Yes.
Of essentially everything that we do.
Whenever anything happens, it's like, oh, that's 2 planes into that them buildings. Terrible news.
Something bad must have been happening.
What are they covering up?
Yeah, it couldn't have been that was the biggest disaster. I mean, that one's a bad one to pick. What do you mean you found the passport right next to it? That's fortunate. But then you come to like the Selby train crash. Let's use an actual train crash.
What, like model trains?
No, the Selby train crash.
What's this?
Do you not remember the train? It happened during our time, Jack. It was like one of the biggest train disasters of like UK modern history, at least. When the train
disasters, I'll give you the 2 big train disasters I'm aware of. I'm aware of the one in Unbreakable, and I'm aware of the one where people were printing out those 3D printed things to make the trains go off the tracks.
Oh yeah, that was a thing. That was happening during COVID, yeah.
I know of those 2, and one of those is fictitious, and the other one's not believed by the general masses.
The Selby train crash was like not far from you, though. Selby's not too far from you.
I've never heard of Selby.
I'm pretty sure. Am I fucking stupid here? I'm sure Selby was fucking like sort of northwest. Reed, so Selby train crash, it was exactly that. Train ended up flying at the platform, didn't stop, mounted up at the platform. Oh, it's in North Yorkshire. So, okay, it's fucking... It's south of York. So, all right, I'll give you that. But, the Selby train crash was exactly that. It was a disaster where train... Oh, didn't hit the platform.
Was it around Christmas time?
Passenger train collided with a car which had crashed down on a motorway embankment onto the railway line. The passenger train then collided with
who was in that car.
Then collided with an oncoming freight train.
See, they made sure that they got rid of whoever was in that car.
No, they didn't. They found exactly who it was. It was the 37-year-old builder Gary Hart was driving his Land Rover Defender westbound along the M62. There you go. You didn't know when did that happen? I tell you what.
2004.
It happened in 2001.
Ooh,
and then
wait
there. People were getting on to what they were like. What is the Selby train crash really about? Bang! Towers it.
Yeah. Planes, trains. Where's the automobiles? There's going to be a big car thing. The asparagus is on the table, ladies and gentlemen.
So, next point. We've just touched on it. World War III is good. Okay. Here's the map. Here's the place. So, America, obviously, they want fucking Venezuela. Venezuela was first off. You're going to get several arguments about this. Loads of people are going to go, it's because Venezuela's left-leaning, and Trump doesn't want any left-leaning organisations, or that's what a lot of people are going to say. Even people within the political world are going to be like, Trump doesn't want any sort of left-leaning countries that could possibly form some sort of alliance against them in the event of an attack. It's obviously for the oil. Venezuela was selling their oil basically not under the dollar, under anything but the dollar. Unlike how America have their trade agreement with like the Saudis and that they've been surviving on for fucking years, which is like selling Saudi oil and all the oil from the Middle East under using the dollar. Venezuela have been like, nah, we'll use the yuan and everything else, euro, fucking everything else. And America, I think Venezuela's got the largest oil reserves anywhere in the world.
Was Venezuela on the banking list of them 7 countries?
Most probably.
Yeah.
Is that the ones that didn't have a central bank?
Yeah.
Is it that one?
Like Syria, Libya.
Yeah, which countries
was it on there?
Which countries don't have a central bank? Which countries? So, the ones that don't. No, I think it's Andorra, Cuba, Liechtenstein, Monaco, North Korea. You've also got, and those are the United Nations member states. You've then also got Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau, Vatican and Palestine. Then you've got Kosovo isn't a member of the UN, but it is a member of the International Monetary Fund. So Venezuela's already is not on the list of 7.
Mad.
But they want the oil. They want the oil, and at the same time, it also removes some sort of it removes the filthy socialism. And that's what they tell the public. They tell the public, look, there's a socialist bad man down there, and the Americans go, socialists sound like fucking Russians to me. Kill them.
Sound like Ruskies and Reds.
Yeah, get rid of them. So the issue being,
do you reckon that's why they introduced vuvuzelas in the World Cup years and years ago?
Make us hate them.
Yeah, to get the idea of
Yes.
Vuvuzela, Venezuelan, they're annoying. Not my problem.
That is literally, now you are talking sense, because that is how basic this programming has to be. You think,
steps, innit?
yeah, you think far too much of people when you talk about certain things being programming, and like the explanation for that, like for your reasoning, is usually far too intricate that most people wouldn't fall for it because they're fucking stupid. But you have hit the nail on the head. Vuvuzela sounds like Venezuela. Vuvuzela annoying. Venezuelans probably annoying. That is spot on. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the exact propaganda campaign. Now, Venezuela, not disliked by the South American region. Like, there are a lot of countries already that have come out in backing of Venezuela. Brazil, namely. Brazil's pretty big. Now, I don't know what Brazil's army's like, but I've seen a canny few videos on the favelas, and I've played the Call of Duty missions in Brazil, and they're always well tooled up. So I don't think you need to have military regiments. You just let the favela lads out in America, cause a bit of havoc. Favela lads versus like the Crips and Bloods, I'm backing the favela boys all day, every day.
The V's, B's and C's.
Yeah, there you go. It's already got a catchy title.
Is it a V or an F?
It's an F.
Favela. Is it? No, that's a shame.
You're thinking of Vuvuzela.
No, I was thinking of favela.
Yeah,
which is what I thought the word was.
Yeah, it's not. It's fa.
No.
Fa.
Va 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 va.
Exactly. That's the noise the rat-a-tat-tat makes when it's with silencers on it. But right, so Venezuela's got
echoing off the iron hit the tin roofs.
Venezuela's got backing from its South American comrades. It's also got backing from surprise, China and Russia.
Oh.
Because it's been selling fucking petrol, it's been selling oil under the yuan and under every currency that aims at the fucking dollar. Most likely fucking the Russian coin as well. I've forgotten what the hell Russians sell. What's Russian currency?
Russian dollar.
Yeah, I reckon so, yeah. That's it. Yeah. The Russian dollar.
The Great Russian Pound, GRP.
That's it. Yes.
What GRP stands for when you hear it all the time in fiscal talks.
They also you call it quid. They do call it a quid now. I remember hearing Vladimir talk about the quids, all the quids they were going to send. They were going to send over, but they've got backing. So this sets up World War III on a number of fronts. As we know, World War II was fought on a number of fronts. This one is going to be fought on a number of fronts. We've got South America. They're going to be attacking Venezuela, and then once they back Venezuela, that's then a united South America. Using obviously fucking hardware and like everything shipped from China, like the TMU tanks will be sent over from China. Russians will send a load of fucking dodgy AKs. They'll send a push up towards Mexico, back with the cartels. There'll probably be some linking with the cartels. Push on up to America. The other way it'll be fought, Africa. They'll use Africa. They'll use our boy Ibrahima. People like him will rise up. Ibrahima's about to get a lot of backing. You're about to see Ibrahima end up with a lot of money. Mr. Traore is going to have a lot of coin to back himself. Burkina Faso is going to become fucking a military power.
Do you think?
All those types that are getting a little bit of like fucking fame and a little bit of like airtime at the moment, the Chinese fucking stimulus is coming. They've just had the new roads built. Nigeria's the pathway. That's how they're going to get the shit to South America. Also, has to be mentioned, both of these continents rich in really, really, obviously the oil's there, but really
Great
rich
minerals.
in great minerals. Yeah, there's a load of good
just
stuff
some
in
of
that
the
ground.
best minerals.
Some really good rocks.
Insane that we've ignored it for so long.
Yeah, it's mental. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of all them trees, and we'll start getting them rocks, and all them South American folk. Once we've helped them win the war, they'll get us the rocks.
Well, we'll strip them down and make them do it naked so they can't steal any of it.
Yeah. Now, this is a triple front war, actually, because we're still going to have... So, again, like a bit like fucking World War II, because you had Asia in World War II, you had the North African warfare, and then you had Europe as well. You've still got Russia versus Ukraine. That's going to be a front as well, because that's the gateway to Europe. Although they don't care, it's not about Europe. It's all about fighting proxy wars now and fighting just far enough away from us where we do have to drop the big ones.
Yeah, trying to be able to put your nukes where you've said you won't.
Yeah.
That's the biggest argument that I think I've found about like Ukraine and Russia.
A game of peek behind the curtain with building nuclear facilities.
Russia's basically gone, you promised us you wouldn't put any nukes there. You promised.
It's not... No, what you're talking about, it's a research facility.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
We're researching how quickly we can make nuclear arms.
Yeah, we're researching just how pissed off you can get.
Yeah.
And it turns out it's canny. It's canny pissed off. We are on the brink of World War III. It'll be fought with essentially mainly memes. Meme warfare will be at the forefront. The invasion won't be taken... Basically, what they'll do is, because they know that, like, scaremongering will work. They'll have to... The propaganda war will be fought on various fronts based on generation. So, like, the older generations, like our mums and dads and that, who don't understand the internet as much, they don't get meme culture. They'll get the usual, like, demonising the other side. Like, these socialist bastards want to take your freedom and all that stuff. And
they want you to queue for bread.
Yeah, they'll be fought with, like, economical fucking, like, reasoning, and there'll be all this stuff of, like, yeah, well, the thing is, like, it will really damage the economy if these lot were to come into power, and obviously, like, it's going to knock the pound down and the dollar down, and that's going to make things really difficult for us economically, and we really want to just help secure it. And obviously, if we go to war, what we'll do is there's going to be a lot of boost for the UK economy, and then, like, our generation, it'll be just, like, memes, like, apathetic, like, South Park style sort of memes of, like, haha, ooh, dropping nukes on Venezuela,
I was there in the 4-panel trenches.
Yeah, and then the generation after us, the memes target, the propaganda targeted them will be like brain rot shit. So it'll be like, top bit, it'll be Venezuelan man in trench getting bombed, but every grenade that hits him dropped from the drone is actually a skibbity toilet, and it's making mad sounds when it hits him. You've got a soldier doing a mukbang in the trench next to him. But he's just eating, like, all the specials from McDonald's. And then on the bottom half of the video will be that roller coaster game that's always playing.
Yeah, or where they got to run along the train tracks.
Yeah, that's it. That's how the three levels of propaganda will be sent across.
With you saying about memes and propaganda, I've got another prediction that links into that perfectly.
Fantastic hitters.
I think there's going to be more self-censorship brought in because people seem to be losing interest now in being... oh, look how great I am! My virtue and all this. That's dying off. So I think what they're going to use is I think they're going to introduce a new type of social media, which will probably be centered around physically selling things, like making all of the content is just adverts, so that everybody who joins it feels like they can do it. And then there's less interest in people making content to entertain or inform or educate, and it'll just be to try and sell stuff. They're like, no skits, nothing, just, look at this candle. Here's a candle. I'll sell you this candle. Thank you for buying the candle. Look at this fork. I think it'll all move to that. And there'll be no skits, there'll be no jokes, nothing. It's all going to become very...
bland. like a interdimensional...
UVC.
Yeah, interdimensional cable UVC.
Yeah.
QVC, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that with how
And you'd have to self-censor because otherwise people won't let you sell their pillars, etc. Do you know what I mean?
and also everything your digital ID will be checked beforehand. So
Yeah.
so like if you damage it, then if you damage your reputation, then or if you do anything that offline, then they shut your shop down. And your digital ID will obviously prevent you from getting access to anywhere. You won't be able to get on the train, so you're late, or that your train derails in order to cover up some sort of very minute political issue that's been going on.
See,
Um,
exactly. They make a big train crash to cover up that they're stopping you getting to work.
that's it. That's
Yeah.
exactly it. Um,
Well, saying about not being able to go anywhere, I have another prediction, if you'd like.
I would love it.
A weather-based lockdown or a meteorological-based lockdown due to poisonous air, possibly released by an earthquake or a pocket of toxic gas being released from ice. And this would be to try and cover up that the ice has started growing again in Arctic and Antarctica.
Has it started growing again?
Yeah, I think it was last year it had the biggest growth that it's seen in decades.
Oh, so the shit's getting cold again.
Yeah,
That's
like
nice.
the ice is regrowing and
Is
starting
that
to freeze again. So it's not a.
if that's
But
true?
that's being covered up a lot though.
Yeah, but
But
I
it
again
does
I
seem to be
without
true. It was in newspaper articles and scientific journals when I looked at it.
without having any context, I'm inclined to believe that maybe isn't the full picture. I don't ask me why. I just probably reckon that
There's loads of ice forming. Climate change isn't real. Loads of ice is forming again in the middle of Ghana.
yeah. We've actually got so far the really
We've now
hot
got an
parts
eastern ice cap.
are getting cold, and the northern parts, essentially the next holiday destination for you, the new Dubai, is called Antarctica, and you're all coming.
It's weird how it doesn't have any city names in it in Antarctica. It's not portioned up, and we just know it as Antarctica.
Yeah, well, what you haven't really got there's no reason to map it.
Yeah, but give it a couple landmarks, even if it's fake ones. Just be like, this here is like we do with the sky. We do it with stars. Oh, there's Sirius, the dog star. There's Orion. We can do it with that.
Also, what's the point in mapping something if it's always disappearing? If
Yeah,
it's disappearing at an alarming rate.
it's just changing like the Fortnite map. Just fucking like the ring.
What's gonna happen in the Middle East, right? Well, I mean,
It's gonna start freezing over.
what we might see, to be fucking real and depressing for a second, we might see the legitimate end to a nation.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? You know the one I'm talking about. There's one place that's just not going to exist anymore because the other place is going to have completely decimated everyone there. That is a bad part. Yeah, is that like there will be no Palestine by the end of 2026. That is something that people don't fucking I'm not going to say don't want to admit, because why would people bother admitting it? Like, that's how little it matters to anyone. But I see.
and how do you admit it as well? You can't exactly chuck your asparagus on the table and say that, can you? It's
just look at it and go, for fuck's sake, I've been dreading this one.
Yeah, there's
I've
so
been
many
dreading this
people
one.
there that just but the asparagus never lies.
But that is it. That's going to be there could quite possibly be the end of a country in our lifetime, and not the end.
But there already has been.
No, but I don't mean like in the ways of like Yugoslavia and places like that where it split up and
East Germany.
became new nations. This is the decimation and absorption of one by another. That's different. That's grim. In response, Iran probably going to get on some shit. Saudi are going to back both sides because they're going to be like, well, we still want to sell our oil to the Americans, but we also sort of want to back the Muslim cause. So what we'll do is we'll claim that we're going to remain neutral and give money to both sides. See what happens.
Or maybe
there.
we'll fund this country here. And we've seen this really good model. There's a really great business model in the West where they'll fund a country and then sell that country their guns and then instruct that country to swap those guns for the opium over there.
And nothing will happen. And the difference being is over there they got found out by a journalist. So we'll just kill all of ours before we start. Yeah, we just ban journalism, and then there's that problem
24-hour
solved.
news cycle they've got over there. We don't even have papers.
Ours isn't a cycle; it's more of an occasional drop-in.
Yeah,
Just to let you know, everything's gone great because we have done
just
it.
in, ice in Ghana, and now the sports.
Oh, guess what? We've brought all the sports here, and we're winning them all. Everyone's
Yeah.
winning because this is a great place, and it's definitely. That's the reason why everyone who's ever earned a little bit of money from drugs or is possibly involved in the EncroChat scandal, they all live here because life is fine.
Women's football, not here. all of like the bald people of England start moving there because they're happy. They're like, oh, I'm never gonna have to watch women's football.
No, that's literally
fantastic.
that is what's happening. It's fucking the whole Marbella and like ones who would become fucking expats in Spain with a little bit of money, and that is now where they're all going. It's Dubai now. That is that. And what's funny is I don't think there's enough money. I know they've got everything, but I don't think they've got enough combined with enough innovation to weatherproof this city before global warming completely consumes it. And I reckon in not too long, that is going to be like just death. It's going to be death. And people are still going to be like, oh, it's fucking sick out here. Oh, honestly, it's great.
But what if all of the other countries have gone, look, we've got a lot of people here that do the heads in of the people here. We've got all of the, like, there's this EDO bunch, there's these irritating people. India is there like, look, we're famous for not liking a lot of our population. How would you feel about taking a bunch of them off our hands? And they've gone, well, if you pay us, let us build this up and let us do this and this. Yeah, fine, do what you want. But you've got to promise to kill them all. And then all of the racists from England move there, ironically. And then all of the people who are attacked by the racists in India move there as well. And then sort of a weird population control.
Now there's a sort of optimism I can fucking get in tune with. I like that. I like that it could sort of, we've just agreed on like a recycle bin for all the shit. And we've gone, look.
Just drag and drop a population into Saudi.
Yeah, we've gone, we'll dupe them into making them think they want to go. Both sides.
We'll make it really cool there. We'll make it so it's fucking amazing to live there. But you can't really leave. Very hard.
Very hard to leave.
Yeah. Oh, and the air conditioning. It's lovely. Oh, we'd never have air conditioning like this in the UK. We'd be freezing our tits off if we had this. And you probably don't have to hoover living there either, I wouldn't have thought. Because I imagine it's a lot of tiled properties.
Also, yeah, you don't have to hoover because your Indian servant will do it for you.
Well, I told you about
or
my mate
Sudanese.
That moved there. Have I told you about my mate that moved there recently?
I'm not entirely certain.
You can pretty much order anything you want and it can be with you within half an hour if you press a certain thing. And I was like, oh, is that drone technology?
Oh, yeah, you did.
That brings it to you. And he's like, no, it'd be a fella on a push bike. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
How convenient.
That's not. I've never looked at Dubai that way. I've always looked at it being sort of a coincidental, like cooking pot of arseholes, as in like it's a place that I've thought of hell, and on top of that, it just so happens that the worst people all go there. But if it's been purposely created to attract just the worst people, as exactly that, like a honeypot, then I like that. I like that the one like the Saudi that in my head that I like the Saudis and all the really ultra rich Arabs have gone, look, we're philanthropic people. We're willing to waste a load of money to get rid of all these dickheads. We've heard you don't like them. The only thing is they just got to make it cheap now. They've got to make it like Tenerife prices.
Oh.
Yeah. Make it Tenerife prices. Then we really, we cut the population down tremendously. Because all you do is you make it Tenerife prices for one summer. Here's the way we fucking do it, Jack. Here's how we solve the issue of population control, but not in a sense of removing anyone of a certain ethnicity or anything like that. This is on terms of whether you're a twat or not. You make the price of a flight to Dubai and an all-inclusive hotel stay for 2 weeks. 1 month you have a sale, only for 1 month, and you publicise this to everyone. 400 quid all in.
Oh.
For a family of 4.
Oh, people. But then you're going to get... See, the sad thing is, though, then you're going to get people going, Jane, we can take the kids away. Finally, we can afford the holiday of our dreams. And then they go there.
No. Because the holiday...
out the plane to just have metal seats and it's an incinerator.
No, the holiday of their dreams...
The sky just melts everyone to their chairs.
The holiday of their dreams isn't Dubai. That's what I mean. It's an arsehole. The holiday of their dreams, they're they're already got it. They'll have a nice little camping weekend in the lakes, or they'll go to they'll have a nice drive to Belgium or Switzerland or something, like a cheap one. A travel, they'll do a trip, a rail journey in Europe trip, where they can actually get train tickets across Europe for 40 quid instead of £400 to go from Manchester to Liverpool. But they'll make it 400 quid all in, get everyone over there. Massive fucking weather storm or bomb it or whatever.
Just bomb it. That's not very creative, though, is it?
But you don't have to fucking make it creative. It's the middle of the desert. No one's ever going to see it because there's nothing for fucking miles.
What if they built the whole thing, right? Bear with me. On a massive trapdoor.
Good idea.
Yeah, the entire city.
On a trapdoor. That's really clever.
Right, they're all here. Press the button.
Yeah, I really like that. And we could also sell that as a pay-per-view.
As a pay-per-view, but also auction off pressing the button.
You could even have it as a Squid Game. So you could, right, so once they're there, hear me out, they're there. Once they're there,
so it's a Russian currency game.
They don't all die on day one. Essentially, once this window's shut, so the deal is open from 1st of June till the end of June. Last day of June, when the door's shut, the last person's made it to Dubai. On all the news channels across the world, this is it. We would like to announce the first, essentially like the Purge, but you don't bring the crime to our streets. You take it away.
Games.
Yeah, you take it away. Like Battle Royale, all of that. We're like, look, this is entertainment for all of you. All of these people are going to die. But in order to make it a little bit more entertaining, bring some Colosseum vibes, but in the digital age, you can not only, we're going to put them through some trials, you ultimately vote on one person that gets to survive. And they have all their trials. Obviously, loads of people get put through the trapdoor, the big trapdoor. And then, one person gets a chance. And do you know how thankful that person will be?
Well, imagine like the last 5 people are going to be the funny guy, the fat guy, the attractive guy, the woman with the big tits or big arse, and then someone
the green-haired lesbian.
No, just like a really weird person where they're like, I just want to keep seeing what they're going to do.
Oh, yeah. The one that hasn't been talking to anyone else.
Yeah.
But any time there's a cutaway...
Keeps licking the blade of a knife.
Yeah, but then every time there's a cutaway, they give, like, a fucking hilarious answer to something where you're like, I don't quite understand it.
Yeah, the camera pans back to them and there's more blood on them. And a little witty one-liner.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense, even contextually. No sense. It's the end of a different joke.
So 2026 is going to be the start of the Desert Squid Games battle of the fucking knobheads.
Well, there's in Dubai as well. They do a massive drone show for New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Huge
Did you
drone
see the
show.
one in China where loads started dropping from the sky and fucking injuring people?
And this leads me on to my next prediction. Holograms being used in a mainstream way, either through a news story that persists throughout the year, most likely projected from drones to intimidate or to make people believe there's a hazard falling from the sky.
Well, that coincides with the World War III because when do the greatest developments in technology happen?
Blow up tanks. They won't have to have, like inflatable tanks and cardboard cutouts of planes anymore. Just drones high up in the sky, projecting them into the sky.
Yeah. Or they can, you could project entire battalions of people, nuclear bomb. Like, you could have a whole war of puppets, essentially.
Yeah.
Or you could just use them as ways to terrorize populations. Look like what we did when we fucking used to use like folklore and tales of witchcraft in Vietnam against the locals and shit like that. We just carry on doing that. We're in South America. Think about the places where we're going to be having these wars. South America, Africa. Like the CIA aren't diving in, like you've got all the operatives there diving into the history books. Oh, what? Well, there's this monster here.
Hit him with a Tokoloshi.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what we'll do is they love this Quetzalcoatl. So we're going to use this Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah.
We're going to have a giant 50-foot one marching through the sky, spitting flames. We're going to stick flames on a drone and have that marching through the Andes. I'll be going through the Andes.
They'll give us all their corn.
Yeah.
They'll be lining what he wants. They'll starve themselves. Yeah. Oh.
That's going to be a great time. The CIA are going to have a great 2026, I feel.
Oh, yeah. Big year for them.
They're going to get so much money. They're going to get so much money
that they can probably start a breakout 3-letter agency.
Possibly, or 2027, there will have to be an even greater disaster than 9/11 to hide the hole in the fucking balance sheets of the American economy because of the sheer amount of money that the CIA have spent on A, drugs, and B, the resulting ideas of those drugs.
Yeah.
And I'm here for that. I'm not here for what else we'll be up to, because we'll be up to some fucking bureaucratic nonsense. We'll still be paying for the whole world to go, well, for the British media to go, Prince Andrew maybe didn't do it. Next year, by the way, that...
What if we concede he can sweat, but we say he didn't touch him?
Aye. What about we say we shook her hand? He shook the hand of a person he gave millions to that he claimed he didn't know. And I'll be honest,
it was a bit clammy. And he admits, I admit, my hand was a bit clammy when I shook her hand, but that's all I did. I was nervous, you see. I'd like it if that's how he spoke.
It'd be tremendous if he had that sort of like market, like fucking...
How you'd imagine Frank Sidebottom to talk.
Yeah, Saturday morning car boot sale vendor owner. I've got these teapots. This one was when Johnny Vegas used to work with Monkey. I got one of them teapots there, and if you look down there, I got the entire squad of Aston Villa 1997.
No, I've got, and if you look down here, I've got something a little bit stronger. It's the entire class of 4B. You can take any of them that you like from any direction. Do you have another whatever this is we're doing, or would you like me to give my next one?
Give us a next one.
Some form of alteration to business hours. Either shops open in 24 hours or less days a week to account for changing to accounting rules throughout UK that are coming into play where businesses have to report quarterly. Because I think this could also lead to prices of things going up, and then the government and media will blame small businesses for it so that larger companies can look like saviours.
Explain yourself.
Well, my reasoning is people keep complaining about...
Also, whilst you explain yourself, talk into the microphone, not your phone.
People keep complaining about a lack of jobs, so this would cause more jobs and be a convenient way for shops to drive up prices by claiming they're employing more people, when in reality they'd be spending less money and making more people less well off by reducing hours or paying them just enough so that they get battered by income tax, so that they can make more of the population reliant on universal income, trapping them in a never-ending cycle of bureaucracy, reporting earnings and expenditure, terrified of taking a risk or earning more in case they get sanctioned by the government for trying to better themselves.
Yeah, that was certainly a long one. Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
uh,
Now try and make it funny.
it weren't funny. It was.
It's a genuine prediction.
I don't know. I don't see. I mean, when you say they're cutting working hours, I don't see most businesses cutting working hours, because for the most part, the UK is a service industry and services run 24/7.
Yeah, but then you can employ more people by making all of their work hours
Talk
less.
into the mic, not above.
I am doing.
Down
no,
in,
the mic's
down in.
The mic. I've not moved the mic. I'll move the mic for the sake of it. But
that's fantastic. Yeah, but you were talking above the mouth guard, which means it's not going down into the microphone.
Well, I think they'll make work hours less for people, so that.
Yeah, but
there's
no.
more,
You
listen.
could
have 3 jobs, but you're not earning enough, so you've got to be on universal income. So
yeah,
then they've
again,
got more of a way
you're not
of
listening.
tracking
No,
what
you're not
you're
listening.
doing.
You're not listening. One of the largest employers in the country is Amazon. Yeah, Amazon needs to work 24/7 because it's constantly receiving an insane amount of orders. That machine does not stop. So you cannot lower working hours, because if you're lowering them for one person, someone else has to pick up that work. There's still the same amount of work.
That's exactly what I mean.
But that's not paying anyone less. You're creating more work for other people, so you're still paying out the same amount of money.
Yeah, but people are being made to work. Maybe I've worded it badly. I think they're going to try and make it so people can't or won't, will be encouraged to employ people for not as long. So instead of having an 8-hour working day, they'll make more shops and more businesses 24 hours, but people won't work 8 hours. They'll only be allowed to work for 5 or 6.
I don't think that makes any sense.
That, they'll be able to employ more people, bringing down unemployment, but simultaneously people will earn less who then already had a job, and then they'll have to take up universal income so that they've got to keep reporting the money that they earn.
No, that makes no sense, because that costs businesses more. Right? Say that because then you've got more chances of people off, like taking sick days off, because you've got a larger workforce. You've got more issues with hiring and firing because you've got a larger workforce. What you want as a business is
but that's exactly why it destroys small businesses.
But no, it's not. No, I think your rationale is completely incorrect. Having a larger workforce creates more problems, especially for a larger business, because it's more heads to account for. There's more overheads per person. Like, there's also more responsibility or more training, because you've got to train more people. Everything is done to a greater number, when really what you want is to have a tight workforce of the perfect amount of people that all have the perfect amount of training, and they work as a machine. I don't think, I think that's an arse about face way of doing shit. I don't think that works for a business. I think that costs more for a business. However,
you don't think it would be like how they treat the farmers, where they make them grow less food, and it's just the same? But
I also think that there is an issue there with your understanding of that. Okay. I think that is to encourage, or is with a view to aid the environment, and what it is maybe a way of encouraging farmers that have land going to waste, that they haven't done either anything with or haven't put to use, to go, well, look, if you dedicate this to just regrowth, you'll get something for it. Now, in between your understanding and my interpretation, somewhere along there will be the truth, because I'm being way too optimistic. I don't think the government are just being nice and paying out people money to go, hey, if you make the ground look pretty again, we'll give you some money. But I also don't think they're going, we don't want anyone growing food in this country. I think that's bollocks, because it's an integral part of the economy.
They want us eating crickets out of growing.
But then
factories.
Then it would be like, we'll subsidise you to have cricket farms. You see what I mean?
But then Yeah, but then you don't need fields. You just need like how they grow the pigs in China.
You say that, mate,
Old
but
office
imagine if we
blocks.
did have fields full
Like
of
all the
crickets, that'd
snail
be
farms
even
that got
more.
people in trouble.
So I'm not with you on your working weeks. However, I do
Okay.
think there is going to be. I don't know. There's going to be, as ever, an increased pressure on, sort of restricting people's opportunities for work. In a way that they push them towards certain types of work. There will also be a greater drive to get people back in the forces.
You think?
We've got a world war going on.
Oh, you mean like the army and that? I thought you meant like
Yeah.
police.
No, well, forces across the board, because you need all of those people in times of war. But I think there'll be an increased drive to get people in the forces. I think that a lot of creatives might be, especially those who are losing out on roles due to AI, they may be picked up by the forces as part of the propaganda war, because that's going to be nowadays. That's going to be one of the fucking most integral parts of any warfare is getting your own country on side.
Yeah, it always is, though, isn't it? Hearts and
And
minds.
AI is nowhere near as good at making memes as the fucking meme makers.
No. What would you like a nice one to end on?
We've got 3 minutes to close out the prediction show.
Discovery of very large crustaceans in our oceans, something that shows they can clearly live for hundreds of years, sparking a race for new animal rights whilst companies have their first war to try and see who gets to harvest the oversized crayfish.
I'd like to see massive crabs. I would love to see massive crabs, massive crayfish. I'd love giant sea monsters to be real. However, my issue is that if giant sea monsters were real, the Chinese would already be eating them. We've
But they might
already
not found them yet.
Nah,
They might
but
not
we've
have had the
talked about how extensive their fishing operation is. We've talked about the shadow vessels. We've talked about fucking how they're literally fishing the seas dry. They would have literally fucking smashed up a giant fucking crayfish by now. If there was a fucking humongous crab out there that was like 3 miles wide,
The size of a cul-de-sac.
yeah, the size of whales. Just a fucking a crab the size of whales just walking about the Mariana Trench. The Chinese would already be fucking making it into Hong Kong style sweet and sour. Now, 1 minute and a bit to go. Last bit to close out. Who dies in 2026?
Ooh.
2 picks, 3 picks, go.
I'm going for the bald fella that played Xavier in X-Men. What's his name?
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going for... Oh, I don't know. Go on, you do the next one.
Madonna.
Oh,
Madonna dead
Curveball.
2026.
yeah. I'll say Diddy.
You reckon Diddy? All right, I'll counter that. Ghislaine dies 2026. Things are getting too close. We're not. They're going to need something else to cover up the files. The files will never truly be unreleased. Ghislaine's got to go. Down to a minute. Last ones. 1 pick each.
Jim Carrey.
Nice. That's not a bad shout. I mean, I'm gonna say it because it's a bit. What Attenborough goes this year. This is the year, man. Yeah. He's fucking old, mate. He's done so well, and he's lasted longer than. And I think a new world war. Like total is. You can replace him with AI out now. He's going to see AI nature programs. That's going to be the nail in the coffin. No optimism for 2026 besides the building of the Squid Games in Dubai. So I reckon in order to completely kill off the year, Attenborough dies in December.
In December, holding out for Christmas.
As he holds out, yeah. As there's a fucking. They think the war's going to die down for Christmas. Attenborough dies. That is the prediction show. We'll see you for the Patreon. Have a fucking good New Year, people.